Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to talk about March of the Machine and everything you need to know about the set. Before we dive into the conversation, I would like to thank my viewers, you, my subs, and of course my Patreons for all your support. It is because of you that I can say whatever the fuck I want on this channel, and I have the energy to make videos like this. So, March of the Machine, folks. Next week there will be the pre-release, or next weekend, that's the 14th. It's Monday today, so in a couple of days. So yeah, there you can get the pre-release kits, and in the pre-release kits, of course, you find a couple of boosters to play with. Besides the pre-release kits, we also have the draft booster boxes, and I heard the draft experience for March of the Machine is actually a quite good one, at least that's what people who are more into that than I am say. Jumpstart boxes, not a big fan of the jumpstart boxes that are connected to a certain set. In this case, I don't know if they're good, I don't know if they're bad, we will see, but we have them in the assortment. Set booster boxes, nothing surprising here. Of course we got the list slot, of course we got the art card, and we got a couple of rares potentially and mythics. So yeah, if you want to go for that, always good. We got the bundle. Not a special bundle this time like with Phyrexia, all will be one the complete bundle, but just a normal bundle with 8 set boosters and some extras, so you have to decide for yourself if you want to get that one. Last but not least, we have of course the collector booster boxes, and those seem to be printed less than the collector booster boxes of 2022. So yeah, it might be interesting to get 1 or 2 of those because of the fact that they could rise in price. The commander decks are quite interesting. We have them here. There are 5 commander decks. I think I saw them around $200 for all 5 of them. They have 10 plane chase cards in them, so that might be quite fun to get these because of the plane chase cards and because of the extra element of plane chase to the game. I think in a commander setup that might be nice. Special about the set are battle cards. Battle cards are cards that are a bit comparable to a commander card. So you play this, it gets a couple of counters, you choose an opponent, that opponent needs to defend this card, and you can attack it like somebody could attack a commander, and the opponent can block and can protect this card. So once you damage this card enough, it transforms into the card that is reflected on the backside. Nice animation here, and you kind of have an extra thing going on once you defeated this card. So probably a fun element to play these. I am also a bit skeptical always about these kind of cards because it's difficult to play them with sleeves, but it might be a fun element. I don't know, we'll see. Besides these battle cards, we have dual cards, like dual characters. In this case you see Beryl and Kari Zephyr. Yeah, they were announced as a big thing. There are a couple of them in the set. I think they are kind of cool. I've chosen red and blue because that's normally my color combination, but there are others as well. Pretty cool cards. In general, the set is loaded with nice cards, I have to say, from what I saw. And I think if you draw one of these, it might be fun to play with them. 3 most expensive cards, folks. Yeah, Urabrask, 4/4 flyer. No, not even flying. 4/4 first strike. That one actually is valued $26.51. Currently pre-release, like a couple of days from the pre-release, on MTG Goldfish, and it's a card that can be used in 2 ways as well. So once the condition on the front is fulfilled, you get the card on the back side. And that actually, it's a saga, so it turns into a saga, which is quite funny. And once that saga is completed, the card actually turns back into the creature again, as far as I understand this. So yeah, not too shabby, I guess. Not uninteresting. Again, pretty fun to play with, probably pretty annoying to play with sleeves. But at least you can say they are not trying to think of new stuff and trying to innovate the game. So yeah, I won't complain until I played with these. Of course, we had a couple of these turnaround cards already in the past, and I personally really like the lands. Elish Norn, which is the second most expensive card according to MTG Goldfish at the moment, $31.18. And also this one is turning around. You once the condition on the front of the card is fulfilled, you create a saga which is reflected on the back of the card, so you turn the card around. And once that saga is completed, which is pretty strong, because it introduces a new mechanic. Actually, we're gonna talk about that in a second. But once that saga is completed, it turns back to Elish Norn on the front. So yeah, you can actually use these cards over and over again. So that is the second most expensive card of the set. Brings us to a new mechanic, Incubate. You saw that on the Saga side of Elish Norn. It said Incubate 2, and once that happens, you create an Incubator token. It says to transform this artifact, and once it transforms into a Phyrexian. And the number on Incubate, like on Elish Norn, it says Incubate 2, and that indicates the power and toughness of the Phyrexian created. So this one would be 2/2 if the Incubate number was 2. Yeah, Elish Norn is pretty strong. It turns all Incubator tokens around, so that might be interesting. Last card I want to talk about today, worth $40.99, Wrenn and Realmbreaker. So this is the most expensive card of the set. I think it's definitely an interesting card. I really like the artwork, but it is a strong planeswalker as well, of course. I have to say, all of the set looks pretty cool, like I mentioned before, but there is not really something that personally is triggering me a lot to buy it, which I had, for example, with Brothers War, or even with Phyrexia and the bundle and the Oil Slick foil cards. But yeah, overall I think it is a set that's loaded when it comes to commander players' needs and general fun cards to play with. I hope that helps a bit. I think the whole set is a bit confusing to me because there is a lot of stuff going on, and personally I haven't been really seeing a lot of spoilers or a lot of hype around it. But again, that's totally personal. I guess there are a lot of people which are really hyped about this. For one, I'm not really one of them, but that's okay, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I would like to get a booster box to play because I think it looks fun to play. It's more, yeah, it doesn't stand out to me that much. Does that make sense? So I'm positive about the set, but if I would have to choose, I rather would buy a booster box of Brothers War because that somehow triggers me more personally. But it is what it is, folks. Have a great week. I hope you stay healthy. I hope you stay frosty, and I talk to you next time. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye bye.